Welcome to another episode of Ask Cheeky. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist, and today we have a question from Daniel Emra. I've been reading a lot online about creating a resume that gets recognized by employers. Most sites recommend using action verbs to get attention. Should PhDs use the same strategy? Great question, Daniel. Action verbs, this is a relic of applying to jobs in the 80s and 90s. Using an action verb to get people's attention. This might be a good strategy if you want a job at your local grocery store or the mall. But for a PhD level position, it's going to take a little bit more than action verbs to get you hired. Now, that doesn't mean that good word choice on a resume doesn't matter. It does, especially in terms of keywords. Instead of focusing on action verbs, you want to focus on keywords. In other words, the words that you're seeing on the job posting, the employer's exact words. That's the language they're looking for you to use. You can set up informational interviews to understand what those keywords are, what the language of that industry is a bit better. That's the most important factor for your resumes overall. But instead of action verbs, you want to instead think about how your resume is formatted, right? You want lots of white space. You want to make it skimmable, but also readable so that the important words come off of the resume. And then you want to think about how you structure each bullet point. Right? And so instead of starting each bullet point with an action verb, which a lot of people say to do, but again, these are outdated articles you're reading online, or they're just simply not relevant to high-level, PhD-level positions. Instead, you want to structure your bullet points so that they start with a transferable skill. Employers, in terms of hiring PhDs, what they're concerned with more than anything is not whether or not you have the technical skills required, but whether or not you have the transferable skills. Are you going to be the awkward PhD that disrupts their team? Or do you actually have interpersonal skills, leadership skills, communication skills? Do you have any knowledge of their market, of the products and services they offer? Communicate those transferable skills at the beginning of each bullet point. Then you also want to end each bullet point with a quantified result. And then you can sandwich those two things together with a technical experience or a technical skill. So hopefully this sheds some light on where you should be putting your focus, not on action verbs, but on communicating things that PhD-level employers are looking for. Until next time, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.